YouTube, PamAnnJett here. Had to do a video today because I had to tell a story and I wanted to do it like while it was still fresh in my mind. This is literally something that like just happened about a half an hour, 45 minutes ago. So I was walking home from work in sunny Hoboken on this ridiculous 90-degree day, and I apologize, I'm very disheveled because I literally just got in the door and I wanted to rush and do this and hopefully my camera doesn't die or the batteries don't die and stuff, so hopefully everything works, blah blah blah, whatever. So I'm walking on the river park area, kind of Hudson River, trees, pretty area, which is my usually, you know, my route home from work when I walk to the train. So I see these two Christian lads, collars buttoned up to heaven, talking to this girl who's sitting on a bench. And I'm like, I know exactly what I need to do. So they're talking to her, they bring out their Bible, they're chit-chatting. So I march up, and the one guy gets kind of excited when he sees me walking up to them, because he figured, oh, you know, here's somebody else we can preach the Lord to. But instead, I say hello. I turn to the girl, and I look at her face, and I say, you're a good person. You probably have your own morals, and you probably know the difference between right and wrong, and there's nothing that they can tell you that you probably don't already know. You don't need a book to tell you how to live your life. You don't need them to tell you how to live your life. And you especially don't need their book telling you that you're weak, because you're not. Now that's not a word for word what I said to her, but I think I got most of what I said to her. And immediately, these guys are like, who are you? What do you mean? How dare you? What do you say? And I'm like, you guys have a nice day. And I start to walk away because I got about between 15, 20 minutes to get to my train. But I'm not that far from the train. So they start going, yeah, you get out of here. What do you mean? You get out of here. You know, that sort of thing. And then, like, I'm a few feet away, and I'm like, I can't just leave it at that. I really cannot just leave it that way. So I went back, and I was like, listen. And first I was a little bit snarky, admittedly, and I was like, well, you know, why don't you show her the passage, you know, where Lot gets drunk and has sex with his daughters? Or, you know, the part in Judges where Jephthah sets his daughter on fire. And they're like, and the one guy gets really serious, but also kind of robotic, and just goes, you're Satan. You're Satan. Get out of here. What are you, and the other guy's like, you're sick in the head. You're crazy. And I look at the girl and I'm like, listen, this is what they're calling me Satan because I disagree with them, basically. And that was really all the guy said. He was going, who are you? You're Satan. Who are you? What, do you know this girl? And I'm like, no, but neither do you. And then he's like, what are you talking? And when I said the whole thing about the two passages, they were like, what are you talking? And I'm like, well, can I have your Bible for a second? I could show her where these passages are. And the guy goes, well, where's your Bible? And so I took out my Nook, because I do have a copy of the King James Bible on my Nook, as well as a copy of the Jefferson Bible, which is a much better read. A much shorter read, for the obvious reasons. But so, I was like, I have it right here. I read it. I know it. And he was like, you haven't studied the Bible. And I was like, actually, I have. And then, so then he was like, then he kept telling me to get out of here. And he was like, oh, what, you left and then you came back like a coward? And I was like, I left and then I came back like a coward? And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And he was like, well, you started to leave. And I was like, well, yeah, I actually was starting to leave because I have a train to catch. But I couldn't just stand here and let you guys, you know. And that was the thing. And then the other guy started going, you're just retarded. That's what's wrong with you. You must be retarded. And I'm like, no, I'm not retarded. I'm not crazy. and I'm not Satan. And I just kept saying to the girl, listen, you are, like, I kept trying to encourage, you know, don't believe in whatever the hell they're saying. And I even said to her, I was like, I don't know if you're a Christian, or what your beliefs are, or if you have any. All I'm saying is that what they're selling, you don't need. And that's, you're Satan. Get out of here. What are you doing? Why are you butting into our conversations? How dare you? And I was like, well, you came up and started bothering this girl when she was sitting here relaxing on this bench. I just came in to bother you guys a little bit. Like, you know, to try to butt in, and you descended upon her, so I'm descending upon you. But then and the girl was seemed to be responsive to what I was saying, and sort of was, like, kind of nodding and smiling when I was like, you know, she probably just wants to be left alone. And when I said that, I was like, you know what, I think I should at this point leave her alone. And I made my way, and I was like, you guys all, you have a really nice day. And and they were shouting after me, they're like, yeah, get out of here, you're Satan. So apparently I'm Satan, which, like, it was a good feeling. I was like, this person, whether or not this girl will, you know, whatever she does with the sort of, it wasn't even advice, but however my encouragement affected her, I think it was a nice thing that I did. Maybe it was a nice thing that I did. Maybe I'm a raging asshole for doing it. But I thought it was kind of cool, and actually, see, the thing about this was, middle of the week, it was another really, really sunny day, and I walked past 2 female proselytizers talking to some dude. And I walked past, and it was after I walked past that I realized, you know, maybe I should have said something, maybe I should have stopped, maybe I should have, you know. And I was like, oh, I missed my opportunity, but it was awesome because I got another one. The other weird thing about it was the kind of, I've dealt with Christian street preaching before. And in most cases, well, most of them have been female, the ones that I've personally dealt with. So usually it's a kind of soft sell, but, you know, this time he got really angry really fast because I had gotten stopped by 2 female street preachers like a couple of weeks ago while I was on my way into work, and I wish I had had more time to actually sit and talk to them, but I was like, I don't believe any of this. There's a moth in here. Oh, shit, hold on a second.